Hey y'all, happy Winning Wednesday, friends. It is your girl Dominique, Atlanta's nurturing agent, and I am back with another Winning Wednesday tip for you. Thank you for your patience. If you are if you're a subscriber or somebody who continually watches my videos, then you are aware that I've been gone for 2 weeks. Life has happened, and so I had to take a step back and just kind of reevaluate some stuff and reassess and just refocus. But thankfully, everything is good now. I'm in a better space and I'm back to bring you content. So if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I drop Winning Wednesday tips on Wednesdays to help you on your journey to home ownership or to help you sustain your status as a homeowner, right? So these are all tips real estate related. And today I'm just going to dive into the importance of getting at least 2 mortgage rates prior to deciding on a rate. So when you are in the process of buying a home, one of the first steps, if you're buying it not cash, so if you're going to get financed, is getting a pre-approval, right? You got to get a pre-approval from a lender. That lender can be at a bank, it can be at a mortgage company, it can be, you can get mortgages through different entities, but nonetheless, you want to be able to make sure, just like you are searching for the perfect house for you, you are searching for the perfect mortgage. And I shouldn't say perfect. Perfect is an illusion, right? You want complementary. You want a house that's complementary to your lifestyle and your circumstances. And you want a mortgage that's complementary to your finances and your budget. So when you are in the market looking for a mortgage, the first step is being pre-approved. How do you get pre-approved? Well, one, you should first start by doing your research in terms of what lenders you want to potentially go with. And the reason I say potentially is because you're going to have more than one rate to review. So you're not going to choose all of them. You're going to choose one. So you want to research lenders. I say start with your real estate agent. If you don't have one, ask a friend who owns a house, kind of who they used. Consider a credit union. If you're not a part of one, consider joining one because credit unions have great rates. And then small like community banks, those are also really good to look at in terms of mortgage loans and just the programs that they offer. So those would be my first 2 suggestions. Research who the lender, and then research and then decide on at least 3 that you want to potentially go with. Now, keep in mind that a mortgage loan or a pre-approval is going to be what's considered a hard hit, right? A hard credit pool. And if you're not familiar, Google hard versus soft credit pool so you understand. But it's a hard pool. And as someone who's searching for a home, you are aware that your credit is very important because that's going to determine what kind of rate you get. And you don't want, lots of hits. Like I actually have a video where I talk about the things that you should not buy before or when you're in the process of buying a home or when you're about to buy. So like you don't want to buy a car, you don't want to buy things that are going to be hard credit pulls on your finances because you're going to look like a risky borrower and that's not what you want. So anyway, first things first, research lenders and then decide to research at least 3 in terms of who you want to go with. Once you get your 3 lenders, you have 14 days, sometimes longer in different states. It really just depends. So talk to your lender, talk to your agent, but ask them, hey, how long do I have? What's the time frame I have to get multiple inquiries of the same kind to where it only hits once? What's the time frame for multiple inquiries only being considered a one hit for this mortgage? And again, I'm gonna go with 14 days to be safe. And in that 14 days, you can get multiple lenders pulling at your credit to determine your buying power without it hitting multiple times. So it's kind of, I hope I'm explaining this okay, but basically the lenders who are pulling your credit to determine your buying power, if it's done within the 14-day time span, then you're not going to have multiple hard hits on your credit. Now, if you do it 14 days, 30 days, and then whatever else, like if it's not within your state's guidelines, then you're going to have multiple pulls, which will bring your credit down, which will lower your purchasing power. So that is primarily what I want to talk to you about today, is just being sure that you get more than one rate, at least 2. I would say it would be best to do 3, and then being able to compare and contrast. And what I want to just make sure I touch on is look at the interest rate that you're going to be charged, because the interest rate is is the price or the amount that the lender is going to charge you to borrow money from them. So you have to pay a fee to borrow money from them, and that's what needs to be focused on, is what's the interest rate that's going to be charged, because that's going to affect your mortgage. And again, you really want to be clear and upfront about what it is that you need and what you're looking for, because you don't want to get into a situation where you're buying a home, which is supposed to be a great and exciting time, and then now you have to accept that you might be house poor because all your money's going into your house because the research wasn't done ahead of time to properly make sure that you have a rate that's complementary to you and like what would be good for you. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. I feel like I kind of like had a lot to get out, and I was kind of rambling, but overall the message here is get at least 3 mortgage rates and get them within 14 days. If you need help to find a lender, consider a credit union, consider a community bank, and talk to your real estate agent about whom they suggest. And if you don't have an agent yet that you're working with, talk to friends, someone close that you trust about whom they went through when they bought their home. So again, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. Keep winning.